back, guys. First, I'd like to give credit to the authors of this material. We make use of a whole lot of materials, so we'll give credit to each of the author. Maximum credit to the authors of this material. This material is Jam Remix. If you'd like to get the hard copy, you could go to bookshops and get it. Thank you. Now, let's go back to work. Supporting tissues, muscular skeletal system. Question 1. There are about 50 plus questions here. One of the functions of the xylem is, let's write down. The xylem is also known as, we'll jot a lot of points down in this chapter. The xylem is also known as the wood, W-O-O-D. It strengthens the stem and also helps to conduct salt and water from the ground. Salt and water from the ground. Next point, right? Supporting tissues in plants. 1. Parenchyma. Parenchyma is P-A-R-E-N-C-H-Y-M-A. Next, collenchyma. C-O-L-L-E-N-C-H-Y-M-A. C-H-Y-M-A. Next, calynchyma. C-S-C-L-E-R-E-N-C-H-Y-M-A. And lastly, xylem, which is also called the wood. So number 1 is option A. It helps to strengthen the stem. 2. The cilia in paramecium are used for locomotion. So right. Locomotory structures. Number 1, cilia equals paramecium. Flagella is F-L-A-G-E-L-L-A. Flagella equals, I will be really fast, you could rewind if you didn't hear any part or didn't get any part clearly. Flagella equals chlamydomonans or euglena. Chlamydomonans is spelled C-H-L-A-M-Y-D-O-M-O-N-A-S. Euglena is spelled E-U-G-L-A-N-A. It's actually called Euglena viridis. Next, pseudopodia. Pseudopodia is P-S-E-U-D-O-P-O-D-I-A. Pseudopodia equals amoeba. So number 2 is locomotion. Number 3, which of these skeleton is most appropriate to the cockroach? Right, types of skeleton. Number 1, hydrostatic skeleton equals earthworm. You get, I'm just writing it like that for me. I don't want to give too many notes in terms of sentences. I want to give a summary, like very brief. Next, exoskeleton equals snails, turtle, arthropods also exoskeleton. And lastly, endoskeleton equals man and most vertebrates. Most vertebrates. Also go down and write skeletal materials. Chitin is found in exoskeleton in arthropods. Next, body fluid is found in hydroskeleton. And lastly, cartilage is found in the trachea. Trachea is T-R-A-C-H-E-A. Cartilage is found in the trachea. Pinna is P-I-N-N-A-E. That your ear, that part of your ear where they put earring, that they call pinna, cartilaginous fish. And lastly, bones are found in bones are found in endoskeleton of most vertebrates. So number 3 is option B, exoskeleton. Now let's go to number 4. Not too much large of a chapter, but there's a whole lot of notes to take down. Which of these is not associated with the movement of toad, reptiles, or bird? Pecking is not associated with them. Option E. Right. Pecking is related to bird, and it's related in the form of their feeding, the way they peck on something when they are about to feed, not really for locomotion. So 4 is E. 5, which of these tissues serves the function of support and water conduction? We touched it already. Number 1, xylem. 6, which of the structure listed below is peculiar to the exavertebra? The exavertebra. That's 6. Right. The exavertebra. Right, odontoid process is peculiar to the exavertebra. Odontoid, see odontoid here, option A. Spell them for yourself. Odontoid process is peculiar to the exavertebra. Next, right, the atlas and the axis are the first and second cervical vertebra, respectively. They are the first and second cervical vertebra, respectively. Number 7. The joint between the atlas and the axis. No, the atlas might be number 1. This is the way what they remember me myself, because they confuse me. They go ask you which of them come first, atlas or axis. Atlas last suppose come last, but in this case last come first. So you go just pick atlas. So the joint between the atlas and the axis allows for odontoid process. Now, odontal process equals rotatory movement only, rotatory movement only, rotatory movement only. Right? The joint between the joint between the atlas and the axis allows for nodding movement of the head, nodding movement of the head. Let's move on fast, really fast. In figure I, this figure, the structure which prevents friction is the synovial fluid, option B, which is this thing. It's not clear, but it's the synovial fluid. You could take that down. The synovial fluid, that's not clear. I would have given each of the points. The one is the bone. Can't even see it. This one is the bone. 2 is the synovial fluid. 4 is the ligament, and 5 is called the tendon. 5 is called the tendon, but it's not clear. Right, for me. A ligament is the point where a bone is joined to another bone. Next, a tendon, T-E-N-D-O-N, is a portion where muscles are attached to the bones. 9. In animals, cilia, flagella, and pseudopodia and chetae can be used for locomotion. 9 is option D, locomotion. Why? You might say, which one be chetae? C-H-A-E-T-A-E. Chetae is the way the earthworm moves. No, not lumbricus. The earthworm, that's how it moves. Number 10. The bone labeled X in the figure is this bone labeled X. This bone is the bone of the upper arm, is the humerus. Option D. 10 is option D. 10 is option D. Please note, right, the bigger bone is this bigger one is called the ulna, U-L-N-A, while the smaller one is called the radius. The bigger one is called the ulna, the smaller one is called the radius. Also, I want us to write a few points down. The forearms possess the humerus, the ulna, the radius, the carpus, the metacarpus, and the phalanges. Phalanges is P-H-A-L-A-N-G-E-S, while the lower limb, like from your leg side, it contains the femur, F-E-M-U-R, the tibia, T-I-B-I-A, the fibula, F-I-B-U-L-A, the tarsal, the metatarsal, and the phalanges. Number 11, the joint at Y in the figure is the joint at Y here. In this figure, there are different types of joints. We'll take down a couple. Is the hinge joint. The hinge joint. Any joint with it like door. See this one. If you hold on like this, you go close them like this. You go open them again. So they like door. They call them the hinge joint. It only allows for movement in one direction, like this, up, like this, up. If you hold this X here, bring them down. It's like the gear, this thing of the car, but that one they go back and forth. But just imagine it like that. Right. The examples of the hinge joint is located at the knees and the elbow joint. Knees and the elbow joint. Next, right. The ball and socket joint. The ball and socket joint allow movement in several directions. Allows movement in several directions. Example: the shoulder and the hip joint. The shoulder and the hip joint are ball and socket. Next, the gliding slide or the sliding joint. These joints allow bones to slide over one another. They allow bones to slide over one another. Example: the wrist, your wrist, W-R-I-S-T, your wrist and the ankle joint. They allow bones to slide over one another. Then the next one we have the pivot joint. Which one is the pivot joint? This one is called the pivot joint. The joint between the atlas and the axis is called the pivot joint. It's a pivot type of joint. The pivot joint. Which other joint come to my mind now? Then we also have some movable and immovable joints. Most immovable joints are found in the skull. They move. So let's run tissue. Number 12. The tissue which connects a muscle to a bone. A muscle to a bone is called the tendon. I've talked about this already. Option C. 12 is option C. 13. The thoracic vertebra of a mammal is characterized by. We might need to take a whole lot of notes here. I think this would really help right? Let's just take down this. It's a lot of notes, but it's worth it. Right. The characteristics of each vertebra. Characteristics of each vertebra. We'll start from atlas. Atlas is the first one. Right. It has a small neural canal and no centrum, comma. It has a reduced neural spine, comma. It has a prominent transverse process, comma. That is the most important part they ask. Next, axis. Number 2, axis. AXI. X is X, like XYZ. XIS. AXIS. Put an hyphen. It has a large centrum, and it has a large centrum which projects as the odontoid process, comma. It has a large neural spine and flat cervical ribs. Next, cervical bones. Number 3, CERVICAS, cervical vertebra. Number 1, you are writing Roman figure I. Presence of vertebratal canal. Vertebrata is VERTEBRATERIAS, vertebratal canal, comma. They possess flattened transverse process, and they also have short neural spine. Number 4, thoracic vertebra. Hyphen, large centrum, large neural canal, long prominent neural spine, and very short transverse process. Number 5, lumbar vertebra. Lumbar vertebra have a thick centrum, large neural spine, a pair of large transverse process, and also large processes for attachment to the abdominal muscles. Next, number 6, sacral vertebra. They have large centrum, narrow neural canal, neural spine that are reduced to a notch, very tiny neural spine. Then lastly, caudal vertebra. No neural canal, no neural arc, no neural spine, no transverse process. The entire bone is a solid centrum. The entire bone of the caudal vertebra, they are like solid centrum. Right. Location of the vertebra in the correct order. Roman figure I, the cervical is located on the neck. The thoracic is the chest region. The lumbar is the upper abdominal region. The sacral is the lower abdominal region, while the caudal is the tail region. Let's go back to 13. So 13 says, if you've been able to jot down this point where they say the thoracic vertebra is characterized by, notice the thoracic vertebra, almost all these things is large centrum. Go back and check your note now. Large centrum, large neural canal, large long prominence, and the rest. Only short transverse process. So 13 is most likely to be, you got it, prominent neural spine or large neural spine. 13 is option D. 14, which vertebra has a projection called odontoid process? Is the axis. 14 is option B. The axis has, I said it already, the axis has the odontoid process, and the axis is the one that is carrying the atlas. So the axis comes second. Don't forget. 15, which of the parts are used for recognition of this bone? This bone, definitely, let's see. This bone is a cervical bone. So which part you go take now? 4 and 6. Is there 4 and 6? You go use this 4 and you go use this 6. 4 and 6 now. Let's see. No option is right here. You suppose no one with 4 and 6. No option is right. Or for those who want to draw, I here. I is the neural spine. 2 and 3, they are called presygophysis. Which, let me spell it. PREZYGAPHOPHYSES. 4 here is called the vertebratal canal. This 5 here is called the centrum. And 6 is called the transverse process or the cervical rib. So no option is correct. 16, right? Starting from the skull and the vertebrae are arranging. Don't forget, atlas go come first, then axis. No go far. 16 option D. Anytime, any day. I don't talk, I'm tired. Right. The correct order is atlas, axis, cervical, thoracic, and lumbar. Those are the most frequent ones they ask. Next, let's write this down before we tackle question 17. For man, rat, and rabbit, man has 7. Man, you write man. give space, write rat, give space, write rabbit. Then at the front, write cervical for man 7, rat 7, rabbit 7. Thoracic for man 12, rabbit 13. Sorry, rat 13, rabbit 12. So rabbit and man get the same thoracic and the same cervical. They ask that question. Next, lumbar for man 5, for rat 6, for rabbit 7. Sacra for man 5, for rat 4, for rabbit 3 to 4. Quadra for man 4, for rat 27 to 30, for rabbit 16. Total bones for man 33. Total for rabbit is 57 to 60. Total for rat 57 to 60. Total for rabbit 45 to 46. So I said cervical 777. For thoracic, man 12, rat 13, rabbit 12. For lumbar, man 5, rat 6, rabbit 7. For sacra, man 5, rat 4, rabbit 3 to 4. For quadra, man 4, rat 27 to 30, rabbit 16. Total, man 33, rat 57 to 60, rabbit 45 to 46. Now note, all mammals have same number of cervical vertebrae irrespective of the length, including giraffe. They get the same level of cervical. You could put that one down. Let's go back to question 17. Most what they've been asked us there. They say, which of the following types of vertebrae occur in equal in rabbit, cervical? No phalanx. Cervical. Thoracic for rabbit and man are the same thing. Rat own are 13. No forget. 18. The exoskeleton of mammal does not include. Right. There's something called exoskeleton. So 18 is the exoskeleton of man does not include the limbs. Right. The exoskeleton includes the skull, the vertebral column, the sternum, the rib cage, while appendicular skeleton includes the limbs, pectoral girdle, pelvic girdle, forelimbs, and hind limbs. If they say exoskeleton, they mean say your head, then in between your body, your chest region down. You get. Then if they say appendicular skeleton, they mean your right hand, your left hand, your right leg, and your left leg. You understand this? So that's why they say the exa no include the limbs, which are your legs and your arms. 17. The appendicular skeleton is made up of ischium, limbs and girdles. 19 now option E. Limbs and girdles. Which is 19 option E. 20. Two main distinguishing features of the cervical vertebra are the presence of 20. Two main distinguishing features of the cervical vertebra are the presence of, don't forget, for the thoracic, everything is large. Cervical is slightly different. We touched it already. Short neural spine and vertebratal canal. 20 is option A. 21. Scalenchyma cells are lignified to strengthen and support the plant. 21 is option A. Strengthen and support the plant. Let's take this down. I think they ask this a lot also. Right, scalenchyma are fibres or scaroid. Scaroid is spelled SCLEREID. The cells are dead and lignified. The cells are narrow and polygonal. Next, right, parenchyma. The cells are unspecialized and they are widely distributed, and the cells are living. For parenchyma, they are living. Next, for collenchyma, the cells are thickened at the corner. The cells are thickened and they are also polygonal and elongated. Next, for xylem, you have 4 types. You get the trachea. The trachea is TRACHEIDS. Next, you get the vessels. Next, you get the fibers, FIBRES. Next, you get the xylem parenchyma. Unlike other parenchyma, it's not lignified, and hence the xylem parenchyma does not provide mechanical support because the cells are dead. put that down. You get why. So sclerenchyma cells are option A. 21 is option A. Let's look for 22. Parenchyma cells serves parenchyma now. They serve as supporting when they are turgid. Option D. 22 is option D. When they absorb water. 20. Don't forget this kind of joint. This kind of the kind of joint where they do your this one are the humerus. This one are the your arm. This one are the joints in the arm region. The type of joint here is called the what? Remember we say it's called the hinge joint. 23 is option D. Which of the labeled, you can only bend it like this. It's like this shape. They open and close and like scissors like that. Which of the labeled bone is the ulna? The ulna is larger than the radius. Don't forget. 24. The ulna is bigger and larger than the radius. These three here, this one here, I need to call the ulna. This one here, I need to call the radius. So the ulna is supposedly larger than the radius. So 24 is option B. 25. What is the name of the structure labeled 2 here? 25 is option B. Olanchranal process. Olanchranal process is a process. That's what happens there. 25 is olanchranal process. 20. This one is the humerus. Don't forget. This place now humerus. This place now ulna. This place now radius. This place now olanchranal process. OLECRANON. Olanchranal process. 26. The lumbar vertebra, when compared with a thoracic vertebra, has the lumbar vertebra. 26 is option C, thicker centrum. 27. Muscles are indirectly attached to bones by means of tendons. They repeated this question. 27 is option C. 28. Which of the following vertebra lays a centrum? If they say it lays a centrum, 28 is definitely option A, atlas. It lays a centrum on the axis, and that's where the process happens with the axis, which is called odontoid process. 29. The bone of the neck on which the skull rests is called the atlas. Don't forget to atlas come first before axis. They don't repeat that question. We will not be see clearly.